While I was packing a bag for the hospital, my girlfriend blocked the door and said, "If you leave for him right now, then don't bother coming back." My father had a heart attack that morning and was in the ICU, and the doctors said the next 48 hours were critical. I was throwing clothes into a duffel bag because the hospital was 3 hours away, and I didn't know how long I would need to stay. My girlfriend Audrey stood in the doorway of our bedroom with her arms crossed, telling me I couldn't leave because her parents were coming to town that weekend to meet me for the first time. I told her my father might be dying. She said her parents had already booked their flights. I told her I would meet them another time. She said there might not be another time because her mother was already skeptical about our relationship, and canceling now would confirm that I wasn't serious about her. I stopped packing and looked at her. I asked if she was seriously comparing her mother's opinion of me to my father's life. She said I was twisting her words. She said she understood it was serious, but her parents were only in town for 2 days and couldn't I just wait until after the visit to drive down. My father was unconscious in a hospital bed hooked up to machines, and she wanted me to wait. I zipped up my bag and walked toward the door. She didn't move. She said if I walked out that door, I was choosing my father over her and over our future together. I said yes, I was. I moved her aside gently and walked out and drove 3 hours to the hospital where my mother was sitting alone in the waiting room because my sister lived overseas and couldn't get a flight until the next day. I stayed at that hospital for 5 days. I slept in chairs and ate from vending machines and held my father's hand when he finally woke up. Audrey texted me once during those 5 days. She said her parents were disappointed and that I had embarrassed her and that we needed to talk when I got back. I didn't respond. My father was moved out of the ICU on the 4th day. The doctor said he was stable but would need surgery and months of recovery. I drove home on the 6th day because I had to get back to work. Audrey was sitting on the couch when I walked in. She asked how my father was. I told her he was alive. She nodded and then asked if I was ready to apologize for how I handled things. I asked what I should apologize for. She said I made her look bad in front of her parents. She said they thought I was unreliable and selfish. I said my father almost died. She said she understood that, but I could have handled it better. I could have called her parents myself to explain. I could have sent flowers or a gift to make up for missing the dinner. I could have done something to show I cared about her family too. I asked her if she sent anything to my father while he was in the hospital. She looked confused. I asked if she called my mother to check on her. She said she didn't have my mother's number. I said she never asked for it. I told her to pack her things. She laughed like I was joking. I said I wasn't joking. I said I spent 5 days watching my father fight for his life, and the only thing she cared about was how it affected her. She started crying and said I was being unfair. She said she loved me and just wanted her parents to love me too. I said, love doesn't give ultimatums when someone's father is dying. She packed her things that night and moved in with a friend. She called me a week later saying she made a mistake and wanted to work things out. I said no. She called again a month later saying she missed me. I said I missed who I thought she was. She asked what that meant. I said I thought she was someone who would stand beside me during the hardest moments of my life. Instead, she made the hardest moment harder. My father had his surgery 2 months later. It went well. I took time off work to help my mother take care of him during recovery. He asked about Audrey once and I told him we broke up. He asked why and I told him the truth. He got quiet and then said he was sorry I had to go through that. I said I wasn't sorry. I said it showed me exactly who she was before I made a bigger mistake like marrying her. My father laughed for the first time since his heart attack. He said I was smarter than he was at my age. I visit my parents every month now. My father is doing better. He walks every morning and eats healthier and complains about missing fried food. I started dating someone new last year. Her name is Colleen. And the first time my father got sick again with a minor infection, she drove me to my parents' house and stayed the whole weekend helping my mother cook and clean. She never once asked me to choose. That's how I knew she was different. That's how I knew she was the one.